Hello and welcome everybody as we're here for another night of Cyclone soccer at Merrill Field. We got the Harlan Cyclones against the Denison Monarchs. Both teams coming off a win in their previous match as Denison beat St. Albert's 3-0 and Harlan beat Tri-Center 2-0. Denison with the kickoff and possessing it to the back. That's a good save by Ian Carney. The Cyclones hit it out for a Monarch throw. Harlan possesses the ball nicely through the midfield. Denison with some good combination play down the wing. They're looking to maybe play it in, and Harlan kicks it out for a Denison corner. Ball in from Denison goes to the backside and it's cleared by Elmer, but back in from Denison. So a good ball over the top from Ian Shelton. Spencer Fink onto it. Just overruns it though.
I feel like Harlan's just laying back now.
Yeah, Harlan not pressuring the ball too much. Looks like they are looking to use their speed and defense to keep Denison from pressuring over the top. Looks like we're going to have a foul on Harlan. It'll be a Denison free kick. Denison typically has some pretty good shooters, so wouldn't be surprised to see a shot on goal from here. He's going to lay it off to the midfield.
Say in the JV game, they had a couple upper 90s to end the game. So they're definitely, like you said, shooters.
Yeah, Denison's typical for long shots outside the box as they can get quite a bit of power. Denison definitely seeing more of the ball, and the long shot from the Monarchs over the goal.
Just over.
Looked like they almost caught the keeper sleeping. Appears it took a deflection, so it's going to actually be a corner kick for Denison.
I thought that was way over the goalpost.
Yeah, I did not see a deflection, but
I didn't see no hand contact. He wasn't even over the crossbar.
Yeah. Oh, good ball in. And McDowell hops onto it. It's going to be interesting as they only have 2 referees tonight. So we'll see how well that goes. Fink takes it down the wing.
Especially with rain in the forecast, too. It could be low scoring.
Yeah.
Seems to tend into Harlan's favor, though. They usually win by low score games.
Yeah, Harlan not typically a high scoring team.
Denison
has shown the ability to put up some goals in the past. I think they beat Creston 10-0. Fink with a good touch over the top to Shelton.
He just gets tackled
Gets
there.
knocked over, but the ref's going to say it was shoulder to shoulder and no foul. Denison seems to have gotten away with one there.
Nice.
And they're going to call offsides on Ian Shelton there.
Nice clear out there.
It's a big boot forward from the Denison keeper. That's for sure. They're getting it outside. Little mistouch from the Denison attacker, and looks like Schwery will see it out for a goal kick for Harlan. McDowell not quite with the foot of the Denison keeper, but
Not even
works
close.
out. And Anderson putting good pressure in the midfield. Schwery looks to switch the ball, but not quite enough on it, but finds its way to Fink. Denison definitely doing a lot better job keeping possession of the ball.
I'll say it still doesn't seem like Harlan's attacking near as hard as they should be. You only have 2 people downfield most of the time.
Yeah. It looks like Harlan's going to try and sit back and absorb some pressure and then maybe try to counter. Seen a couple balls over the top. Maybe they think they can outrun Denison's back line.
It's usually 2 red versus 3 white out there, though.
And Denison's going to push it through the midfield. Koch with the stop. Just can't hold on to it. Oh, that's a good ball from Denison's midfielder. Reese Koch tries to dribble up the sideline, but stolen away. He is definitely turning on the jets, though, and keeping that motor running. That's a good ball over the top. He's not going to get there. It'll be out for a Harlan throw. Harlan pretty typical for not a lot of backline substitutions, so we'll see if Koch can keep up that pace the entire game. As if he's going to be running like that, might get winded a little early.
This is a solid 40-minute jog there.
And an easy gather for McDowell. It's a good release from the keeper, McDowell, and they're going to try an early ball over the top with Fink nowhere near by the back line. Carney with a good step there. That's a good ball through to Fink, but not going to quite get there.
Still be a decent throw in there. Position-wise, maybe Harlan can do something with that.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do. It's going to be tough with those balls over the top, as this turf likes to help them roll a little quicker.
Shane's the OG, played on the grass, not the turf.
Yeah, we definitely did not have turf when I got to play at Merrill. And this is a very heavily rubbered turf. So the ball doesn't necessarily roll as smoothly as other playing surfaces.
Seems like Denison's a little bit more on the same page.
Yeah, Denison's communication is definitely there a lot more than Harlan's. Not only that, but they seem a little more calm on the ball. They are trying those long balls outside to in. Harlan gonna trip all over themselves. Get the ball up the sideline though.
This should be an easy clear out here.
Yep. Easy catch on the deflected ball from Denison's outside back.
And man, just a boot.
Yeah, it doesn't look real windy either, so that keeper definitely has the leg.
We're going to match it?
We'll get it halfway there. Still a good clear, found a teammate. Harlan wins possession on the throw on the sideline.
It just seems like about the midfield's max for Harlan before they get overtaken here.
Yeah, Denison's doing a good job of working an offsides trap on Harlan's attackers, so they're going to have to watch that a little closer.
Ooh.
And Denison, I'm not sure if he embellished a little, but got a free kick out of it, and that's good work by the midfielder for the Monarchs.
Those are most likely to see a pass off here.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Harlan looks to be marking off a little bit better. He'll play it in. And Denison will shield it out for a Monarch throw.
It's not like neither one of these teams coming in with terrible records. Harlan's 5-1, Denison 4-2. You said before the broadcast here, Shane, that Harlan's 7th in the district.
7th in the state.
In the state, yes, right.
Yeah, both undefeated in conference play. Usually a couple of the front runners in conference play.
This is definitely like a possible playoff matchup here.
It's a good ball across, and it'll be out for a corner kick for the Monarchs. Yeah, this is a matchup that I'm not sure how the seeding or districting is going to work for the playoffs, but this is usually a tough one for Harlan to get past in the postseason. Harlan gets a good flick on that, deep shot, and saved by
nice
McDowell.
Save.
As a former coach, I'd like to see McDowell maybe throw the ball out shorter to one of his teammates, but Harlan's doing a good job of winning it out of the air so far.
They can only just seem to barely get in the territory, though, before it's right back in his face almost.
Yeah, you like to see him roll it out maybe to a midfielder or something so they can keep possession a little better, but they seem content with the punts down the field. And that'll be out for a Harlan throw. Schwery's over to take it. It's a good flick from Elmer. A step over from the Monarch, but read nicely by Schwery. Out for a Monarch throw.
Ooh.
Some good moves from the Denison midfielder there. This is where you like to see Harlan possess it a little better, but they are working it a little slowly, so Denison's a little more quick touches. That's a good ball through. Harlan recovers nicely.
That would have been a nice setup if you would pull the trigger right there, I feel.
Yeah. Maybe push it more towards goal rather than cut it back even, but that would have been a good shot from the left wing for Denison. It's a good ball. Oh, Harlan gets away with one as Denison had a free backside runner there.
Seemed like McDowell was more so looking at the ball than the actual placement of where it was going to go.
Yeah, that's you're going to have to do a little better tracking the ball. Harlan brings it down, Fink, and he's going to play Shelton through, but Denison's defender tries to clear it, but Shelton there. He'll win it for a Harlan corner.
Might have some light at the end of the tunnel here in the first half for Harlan.
That's good hustle from Ian Shelton to win that corner kick. We'll see what they can do with it. Doesn't look like they have a huge size advantage on the Monarchs, so
Yeah, Monarchs are tall and rather quick,
Yeah.
as we've been seeing so far in this first half.
Going to go short. Ooh.
Oh, just off.
Good near post corner from Mason Anderson. Just can't quite tuck it inside the near post, but a good opportunity from the Cyclones.
Local Cyclone coverage on HLTV Channel 15 is brought to you by Keast Auto Center in Harlan, Iowa, Shelby County Farmers Mutual and Century Farm Insurance, Hanson House Senior Living. Experience life, experience Hanson House.
Conducting Swampler is a proud supporter of the Harlan community, education, and student activities. We move your business forward.
United Bank of Iowa. The difference is here. Member FDIC.
Paulie Jones Funeral Home, longtime supporter of Harlan community athletics and events.
We're your station for Western Iowa sports. Google 105.3 FM KNOD in Harlan, Iowa.
Family Service Community, SCSB.
Dr. J's Family Eye Care, longtime supporter of Cyclone Sports in Harlan.
Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex. Live well.
Cyclone Lanes, great family entertainment including bowling, sandwiches, and homemade buttercrust pizzas.
Denison's keeper has quite the leg on him. That's about all I can say about that. He's driving the ball very well downfield.
I mean, if he catches our goalie napping, he might be having a full court here.
Harlan doing a better job of possessing. That's a good ball out wide. See if Anderson can get there.
There we
That's
go.
Good ball through the legs of the defender. Out for another Harlan corner.
We got close the last time.
Yeah, I'd like to see whoever number 4 for the Monarchs is marking on Harlan. I'd like to see the Harlan offensive player track out towards the corner and maybe draw him out. Oh, and
Oh, no.
does not work out for Harlan, but Reese Koch there to see it out, and it'll be out for a Harlan throw.
Still well in Denison's territory here. Harlan actually more aggressive this time around.
Yeah, Harlan definitely amping up the pressure right now, and you like to see it, but Denison so calm on the ball, works it out wide nicely, and they're out of pressure. Gonna have a nutmeg there, and Denison works it through the middle of the field pretty easily. Can't control it on the sideline though, and it'll be out for a Harlan throw. Right to the Monarchs though. It's a good cut inside and ball to the middle. Play it out wide. Not bad defense from the Cyclones. And they'll get it out for a Monarch throw. Denison goes for the switch. Little misread by Schwery there. And it's going to be out for a Harlan throw. Get Ian Carney coming on for Elmer Argueta, pardon me. Get him a little break. And Harlan just not having as easy a time possessing the ball like the Monarchs are to get out.
They seem like they're more on the same page, and their passes are a little bit more on the mark.
Yeah, Denison,
as far as Harlan's.
Just ball control wise seems to just be a little more on point than what the Cyclones are at this point.
Not sure if Harlan's just trying to rush to get down there, or if that's more so their playing style. But either way, Denison definitely can control the ball down the field.
Yeah,
a lot easier.
Denison is definitely more of a possession ball control team. Harlan so far seems to like to try and play quick over the top and try and beat them with speed. This number 11 for the Monarchs is giving the Cyclones quite the trouble in the midfield.
That's Richard Gonzalez for the Monarchs.
He is tracking everywhere, and he is very good on the ball. Good 1-2 attempt. Will be out for a Cyclone throw.
Kind of seems like this. Whoever scores the first goal, that might be the deciding factor here.
It definitely could be enough. But I can tell you, if it's Denison, the Cyclones will not be showing any quit. Harlan going in a little recklessly there. Looks like he's going to give advantage and not call the foul. It's good help from the attacker from Harlan dropping in. And Harlan just getting picked apart, kind of just unlucky for Denison. That one went all the way through and out for a Cyclone throw. Now Harlan's got Steven Linen coming on for Mason Anderson. Give Anderson a little bit of a break as he's been working in the midfield pretty well. And Harlan's going to concede a throw to Denison in their territory, and nobody's going to mark the Monarch there. Lay off, good block there by Koch. That'll be shot and out for a corner. Harlan getting away with one there, that's for sure, is Denison with a quick throw to an open man and able to drive the end line and play it back square across the middle.
Kind of wonder how many more of those they're going to get away with, though.
Yeah.
McDowell was a nice little save there, though.
McDowell reading that one a lot better, and he throws it out. You like to see a little bit of a roll there, just so it's easier for the player to keep it under control, but he went with the football throw. Kearney couldn't get onto the pass. And that'll be out for a Monarch throw. Good job by Schwery clearing the ball off a Cyclone player's face on the bench. And Schwery with the good help. It's a good thing Schwery was there, or 11 would have had an easy shot on an open net. See if Kearney can get there. He does his best, but he's going to get shielded off the ball. Have a handball on the Cyclones. The Monarchs try to go quick, but it's blocked. Good defense by Schwery, but he's going to pop it right to a Monarch player, and a swing and a miss from Schwery on the clear. He recovers nicely and sees it back. Good nice shot from the Monarchs. Easy save for McDowell. Good punt from McDowell, and it's a great settle from Kearney at the midline. Yeah, Harlan.
Not sure where that one was going.
Harlan definitely just trying to play quick over the top. Oh no, Denison with the ball. McDowell gets a good hand to that.
Harlan's just going to clear that one out.
He's going to keep it in, though. And we'll get the ball into the midfield, back out, see if he can get there. A little much on it. McDowell with a good reach and a hand to that ball. That one was dangerous going across the face of goal. Looks like there's an injured Monarch. Going to get him subbed off. And Harlan bringing in a full change. Argueta, Shelton, Fink, and Anderson coming on. Koch seeing his first break of the game. And the Monarchs turn it over. Anderson just a step slow to that one.
Again, though, with the ball handling, like you said, just Denison just able to control it in Harlan's territory all first half. Harlan just absolutely cannot do anything.
Harlan just a little late to step onto the ball. You like to see a little bit earlier pressure, maybe get Denison to not have easy open passes, but Denison making some mistakes here too. They're going to get Anderson to play a long ball, but Fink's not going to chase it. It's a little too long.
We're going to see another boot here by Denison's key player.
About 15 minutes left in the half. We'll take this chance to thank a few of our sponsors, United Bank of Iowa, Cyclone Lanes, KNOD Radio, and Keist Auto Center. Harlan gets ready to take a kick. Good look from Schmitz. And Fink fights for it and wins it. Anderson tries to cut in, but Denison's there to see it out. And going for a low shot to the keeper.
I think he was expecting Shelton there to come back to it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was looking for a run or what, but it was a nice, easy, comfortable pickup for the Denison keeper. And Denison's able to possess the ball out. Harlan wins it back in the midfield, though. It's a good slide from Denison, but Elmer stays with it and pops it into the air.
Seems to be two
Anderson
Monarchs for
staying
Cyclone.
on the pressure, and Fink can't quite keep control of it as it's out with the Monarchs. Good job getting back by the Harlan player. Apparently committed a foul, so Denison will have a free kick about the 25-yard line on the football field.
I'm not really sure I saw anything really different there on that one.
Yeah, that's one as a player you like to see him let go, as there wasn't a lot into it. This is definitely one it looks like he's going to have a shot on, though. And he plays it over the goal. Well, Harlan subs will thank the rest of our sponsors, Dr. J's Family Eye Care, Polly Jones Funeral Home, Conductix Wampler, Shelby County State Bank, Hanson House Senior Living.
Shelby County Farmers Mutual and Century Farm Insurance, the Peterson Family Wellness Center, and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex.
Again, shout out to all the sponsors for Cyclone Sports, as we appreciate it. Denison with the possession. You're going to play it through, and he's onside, keeps it in.
Just a little over 12 minutes left here in the first half.
Long shot from the Monarchs, way over the goal and out for a goal kick for the Cyclones. Yeah, 12 minutes left, still 0-0. Really not a lot of shots on goal or anything right now. A little more from the Monarchs than the Cyclones.
More so from the Monarchs, as they kind of controlled this whole first half. Harlan just kind of seems to be not as aggressive, and if they are, like I said earlier, it seems like two Monarchs per Cyclone out there.
Yeah.
When they attempt to do anything.
Cyclones definitely struggling with spacing on the field. Denison's doing a much better job of spacing the field and having their players where they want them. Yeah, Anderson struggles to bring the ball down and get a pass back to Elmer. And good save by Elmer. Anderson dribbling through the defense. You like to see a pass there, but he's still on it. He's got Fink wide.
Gives it right back to Denison, unfortunately, but
Yeah, he tried to slip it in behind the defender. That's when you probably like to see him just play straight to Fink's feet. Denison with the long ball out wide. They'll get to it and buy the outside back from Harlan. He's going to go with a shot. Good save from McDowell. And Denison's going to play it out for a Harlan throw. Denison back with possession of the ball in the middle of the field. It's a good layoff. Oh, that's trouble for Harlan. Played back in. He's going to take a shot. Good.
Nice save.
Good catch by the Cyclone keeper, McDowell. A good flick, backheel flick from Fink, but no one quite onto it. Carney's going to pressure the keeper, but he'll get it away and out of bounds for a Cyclone throw.
Decent spot for the throw as well. Harlan seems to need to be a little bit farther in the territory to do anything.
Yeah, you'd like to see Harlan make a few more runs off the ball for the throw. Good long throw from Schwery to Shelton. And he keeps it in.
Almost caught the goalie napping there. He was more worried about position.
The ref was a little out of position. The keeper was trying to call that one out, and the ref couldn't see it out, so he didn't call it, and Harlan almost caught Denison napping.
Again, an easy clear out for Denison as they're already down on the other side of the field.
Yeah, and they try to play a ball across, but McDowell jumps onto it. That's a good reaction by McDowell. Didn't look like there was a lot in the middle from the Monarchs as they pushed that up real quick. Be out for a Cyclone throw, have a couple subs. Get Spencer Fink a break as Seth Anderson comes on for him.
As we're under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. It'll be all basically relying on adjustments before the second half and who scores first almost.
Yeah, Coach Shelton and Coach Bogey do a good job of seeing the game, so I expect them to make some good adjustments. Maybe hype up the pressure a little bit more, as Denison just kind of seems to be passing the ball however they want right now. And that's a good ball to the backside, and a missed kick from the Monarch player.
McDowell gets it, and he got lucky on that one because he slipped on his way to make the save.
Yeah, Harlan skating on some pretty thin ice right now.
They have made a lot of close calls down in their own goal area.
Yeah, McDowell doing a good job staying on his toes back there, though. Ian Carney providing some pressure, making it harder for the Monarchs to get it out. You like to see the fight, but Denison with just the good touch and ball control, and they're out again. Got a guy down the wing. Schwery getting a little too far forward. That's a good ball, but Noah Schmidt's there to cut it out. Denison back on the ball. You're going to play it wide. And he tries a back heel to the middle. Not sure that was the right play. Reese Koch gets there, and it's going to be out for a Cyclone throw. Definitely a stalemate, barn burner type of
matchup we have here is almost looks like they're equal.
Yeah, they are fairly equal. It looks to be Denison creating a few more opportunities than the Cyclones, but the Cyclone defense holding strong so far. Denison wins the ball back, and they have possession in the middle of the field. Good quick touches from 11 for the Monarchs as they get it down the sideline, but stolen away and cleared by the Cyclones, but not quite all the way. Denison on the attack. It's a good shot, but McDowell reads it really well. He's got a quick release to Koch if he can get it there. He's going to go with the quarterback pass to Anderson. It's not your typical way you see a keeper throw the ball out. And Cyclones try to bring it down, but don't get there. And Osmond's going to find a good pass to Schwery, who tries to clear it, but right to the Monarchs. Good shot from the Monarchs. Tries to catch him near post, but McDowell sees it the whole way and jumps on it.
I mean, McDowell came in here with an 83.3 saving percentage. So, I mean, definitely going up after this game because they have to be well over double-digit shots on him.
Yeah, we'll see how the stats keepers are scoring it. Spencer Fink working hard to win the ball. Plays Shelton just inside the outside back for the Monarchs, but they get it away pretty easily, and they're going to play it wide. Monarchs are playing through the midfield. They're going to go out wide. Koch sees it well, though, and gets there. And it's going to be out for a Monarch corner with about 4 minutes left in the half.
This could be a game changer.
Yeah, Denison's gotten pretty close on a couple of these corners. So we'll see how well Harlan can mark up on these. See if they can get it away. Ball in. And it gets to the backside. Luckily there wasn't anybody really there. Harlan sees it away. Harlan doing a lot of diving in right now. Good shot from the Monarchs and a save between the legs by McDowell. That one about squeaked through the 5-hole. And Fink can't quite bring it down. You like to see him get a better touch there. Oh, good read by the Harlan midfielder as Denison tried to do a little step over leave turn.
Again, though, like you said, they just seem like they're just a little bit more anxious on the ball. Every pass seems to kind of, they don't control it as well.
Yeah, they right now it just seems like the midfield's getting a little disconnected. So when you see Harlan get the ball, about their only option is to play it quick over the top. And Denison's doing a good job of staying back on it. Shelton's going to control it down the wing.
Snatching some ankles on the way.
Be out for a throw for the Cyclones as Koch looks to step over and take it. Get Mason Anderson a quick break as we run down the clock for half. And Harlan's going to control on the backside, get it into the midfield. Just a little too slow on the pass there. And not what you like to see from Osmond, but he's
right there.
Going to gun him down. That's good hustle from the center back. He made a mistake, but more than made up for it with the effort, and he's going to clear it out. Great hustle from Osmond after the little error.
Under 2 minutes left, so, I mean, that was big.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Shelton's giving him an earful It's not what he likes to see out of his defense for sure. A good shot from the Monarchs, just wide. That's Denison's tendency. If you don't step to them quick, they will definitely shoot from deep.
Yeah, in the JV, I mean, they were shooting and scoring around the 30-yard line.
Yeah. That's very typical of Monarch soccer. They have kids that can, I mean, as you can see from the goalie, can shoot the ball with some power and kick it pretty far. Denison controlling it through the midfield. Go back wide. And they're going to try a ball down the line, but nobody's running, and McDowell let it go out for a goal kick.
Just under 30 seconds, 0-0 in the first half.
Yeah, good contest so far. Monarchs with the majority of the shots, that's for sure. McDowell's been up to save every one of them, though.
It's definitely been a Monarch half, ball-wise, anyways.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Denison almost gets the buzzer beater, but it drifts just wide of the back post.
And that would have been a tough one to go in the half.
Yeah.
Getting the buzzer goal.
Yeah, definitely just almost caught the Harlan defense napping as the clock was counting down. Sure Coach Shelton will have some very emphatic words for the Cyclones at half. We will leave it there as we take a little break for halftime.
At United Bank of Iowa, the difference is here. Conveniently located at the corner of Highway 59 and Pine Street in Harlan, you'll always find a smiling face to greet you and help you with all your banking needs. We offer competitive rates on deposits and loans, and the latest in technology with our online and mobile products. Come and find out for yourself why the difference is here at United Bank of Iowa. Member FDIC.
Welcome back, and the Monarchs are still possessing the ball through the field, and they're going to try long over the top. Osmond sees it out with his back. Ooh, we're going to call a foul.
I didn't see anything.
I guess they're going to probably call it on Osmond. Maybe a little bit of a push. I didn't see it as I was following the ball, because I didn't think there was a foul. And,
Again.
Just putting it up high for McDowell to go grab. He's got Carney wide open on the sidelines. I don't know if Carney's calling for it or not, but you'd like to see him.
Maybe it's just that side of the field, because
that was a much better kick.
There.
Maybe it's a little windier down there. Off Fink's heel. Carney with a good touch. He plays it back to Fink, who gets a shot off and an easy save for the Denison keeper.
It's Harlan's first shot on goal, like a clean one.
Yeah, much better from the Cyclones. They possess that a lot better down the field. It might not be the half, as that Denison keeper is still kicking it a pretty long way.
Yeah, because that flag's not moving over there. We don't have any wind out here.
Denison going to play it out for a Harlan throw. And Anderson tries to flick it to the center off the throw, but it's going to be out for a Denison goal kick. Seems that whatever words of wisdom Coach Shelton and Vogey imparted on the Cyclones is paying off so far. That's another good kick from the Denison keeper. And
I don't think rolling should be an option for him ever.
Yeah, no. Denison playing really well through the middle. Schwery going to see it out. You like to see him find a pass there rather than just kicking it down the field, but Harlan gets back onto it. Oh, and we trip over the ball. Schwery wins it, and we're going to switch field. Get the ball over to the sideline quickly.
Still 0-0, by the way. Nothing too crazy. Almost a goal there at the end of the first half, but other than that, it's been...
That's a good ball inside of the Harlan outside defender, and Denison can't communicate well enough to get anything out of it.
Definitely seemed lost there once they got down into it.
That's one of the first breakdowns in communication we've seen from the Monarchs. Would like to see Harlan go a little quicker on the throw, as Fink might have had some grass to run in. Carney's getting played down the sideline. Good ball across. But, Anderson with a quick shot off of Denison's defender and out for a corner. Shelton got shielded off nicely by that, but got a little poke in there and over to Anderson, who got a shot, but the defender blocked it.
Way more aggressive Harlan this half than we've seen in the first half.
Yeah, 100%. It's something I've seen out of the Harlan soccer team. They usually come out of the half firing. Fink with a driven corner there. Good ball into Koch, who's going to take a shot, but
nice
easy save at the near post for the Denison keeper. Harlan definitely getting a little bit better at the Monarch defense so far. And Denison with a little mistouch, but they're going to win it right back. And they're going to play it wide. Like to see a little bit of a breakdown, step over and going end line. That's a good ball across and just over. Harlan getting away with one again.
Caught a break there.
Not sure how he put it over the goal, but the Monarch striker managed to get it over and onto the yellow field goal posts. McDowell ready to kick. Not a bad kick from McDowell. Like to see it out wide to one of his players instead of through the middle.
Nice little clear out there.
Schwery with the clear. Another one it looked like McDowell wanted to come out for, but just take the safe play. See if Harlan can mark up on the corner a little better this time. Oh no, oof. Harlan's still skating on thin ice on these corners. They're letting the ball go all the way through, and you never know if there's going to be an attacker there.
That's definitely why you probably wanted to see McDowell take that last one instead of clearing it out.
Yeah.
Denison kind of seems to be a little bit more settled down here in the second half, because now we're seeing the same play as we did the first half.
Yeah, Denison definitely settling into the half, keeping possession a lot better than what we saw at the beginning. That's a good ball out wide to Shelton. Can't quite get there before the defender, though. Denison, another breakdown in communication. And we got Fink making a good run. That's a good ball from Carney going through the middle. You like to see Fink maybe get a touch into the middle to Carney, but he's going to fake a cross and maybe unintentionally, but it's out for a goal kick. Getting a little carried away with the speed there by Fink and just can't quite get the cross in. Another long kick from the Denison goalie. And good
Nice.
help by Schwery and out for a Monarch throw. You like to see the Cyclones be a little stronger in their one-on-one defense, but Denison's putting some pretty good moves on them.
It seems like they just got just enough defense to keep them off the board. But how long is that going to last?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how long it lasts. Good step by Osmond there. And Cyclones are going to win it. That's a good touch inside from the Cyclone midfielder who's still got the ball at his feet. Anderson with a good step. Play it wide to Carney. Tries to cut inside, but read well by the Monarch defense. Got a big switch to Shelton if they can see it, and they try. And Koch just overruns it. That's going to be a long ball. Hopefully McDowell comes out to it. A little miscommunication from him and Schmitz. I don't know if McDowell... We're up here. We can't hear the field. McDowell might not have been loud enough. But again, that's one you like to see the keeper onto. Maybe
they pretty much ran over each other.
Yeah, typically you like to see your defenders shield the attackers off of it. And Harlan seems to be timid to the ball off these corners. It's a good shot from the Monarchs, but it's wide. Yeah,
I know what you mean.
They just don't seem like they want to win the ball out of the air on these corner kicks, and
they're way more grounded than Denison. Denison's up looking for the header.
Watching up here, I'm seeing more guys duck out of the way of the ball than trying to get ahead on it, and that is something that Coach Shelton is not going to be happy to see when they watch film on this. I like to see Harlan go quick on the throw, and they try. Just too much height on it. Good win. We're going to play it long down the sideline, see if Anderson can get there. He bodies the Monarch defender off the ball pretty well. Going to go with a left-footed shot. Another big kick from the Monarch keeper, settled nicely by Denison and stolen away by Anderson. Shelton with a good run backside. Anderson tries to control it in the middle. He's going to go over the outside back. See if Seth Anderson can get on it. He does, and he wins a throw for the Cyclones. Not a good touch from the Cyclone midfielder, and that's something you'd like to see a little bit better job of.
Especially down there. Definitely need every possession down there. We got a Harlan down.
Looks like Mason Anderson's on the ground. Not sure if it's just a little tired or he's got an injury. Nolan Schwery trying to track back. He does. Going to force him inside. Good help from the Cyclones. And Osmond's onto the ball.
Again, though, with the ball handling from Denison, it's
a good ball wide. They're going to play it back across.
Nice.
Pretty close to a handball there for the Cyclone defender. Lucky to get away with that one. You don't like to see them taking it off the chest with their arm out.
Because Mason Anderson is up and returned to play.
He's on the sideline now, but yeah, he's up. He's walking around. Good corner from the Monarchs. Looks like they're now having number 4, their tall center back, run backside, which could spell trouble for the Cyclones, as that's the ball they've had the most trouble dealing with. It's getting a little chippy down there.
Between Harlan and Denison? No.
Not sure if some words were exchanged, but a little pushing and shoving. Hopefully the refs keep the game under control. And Denison tries to slip it through the middle, but nobody's making a run. And Harlan just jumping by. Monarchs lacking a little communication and movement. Looks like Gonzalez getting a little frustrated with his teammates as everybody was just standing and watching him. And Lynan can't quite get a good kick away. They're going to play it wide.
There are now about a little over 27 minutes left in the second half. It's still 0-0. Like I said, it's just kind of a stalemate waiting for somebody. It just seems like this is going to be a one-goal type of match.
Yeah, and this is probably not the best area for Harlan to give a free kick up into Denison.
Nope.
Just outside the 18.
McDowell's kind of been spot on, but this is definitely where he needs to be.
Yeah. So ref backing him up 10 yards. McDowell's got his wall in position. And gonna overrun it and hit it over the goal. Denison with a little fake shot to get the wall to jump.
They accomplished that, but I mean, if this was the other type of football, that's 3.
Yeah.
Right through the upright.
Fortunately, it's not, and it's still 0-0. About 26 minutes left to go in the game. A good kick from McDowell. He got a much better contact there. Harlan not communicating real well, and Schwery's going to see it out. Run down the line from the Monarchs.
It's a nice toss in.
And they're going to leave it. That's trouble, but Osmond's onto it and gets it away. You know, Brian, it keeps up at this rate, we might be getting some free soccer and some extra time after this. Harlan tries to clear it, hits their attacker, and he loses it.
Well, Shane, that's what you live for. That's what you live for when you're watching soccer.
And a good split by the Monarch defender there, and Denison just still possessing the ball. They've definitely settled into this game really well in this half. Long ball down the sideline, saved. Harlan can't quite get Reese Koch wins it, and he's by one defender. Good touch to Shelton. See if he can get there. He cannot. And back into the Cyclones half with the Monarchs having possession. That's good fight for the ball there by the Cyclone midfielder, who's just kind of running right now a lot. And Harlan wins it.
It should be a handball, unfortunately.
Pretty obvious handball there. But with 2 refs, they can't quite see it. We're going to have a foul back here on the Cyclones, which maybe helps them out a little bit, lets their defense get back and get set.
We have yet to have a foul fall our way.
Yeah, Denison doing a good job of not fouling. That's going to roll straight to McDowell. He's got some options. Going to go for a long throw. Again, not typical of the way you normally see a keeper throw the ball.
It's more more so an underhand
And
or a sidearm.
yellow card for a couple players. Looks like Denison center back and Harlan center back Osmond both going to receive a yellow card. And that will mean they will both sit out.
I mean, you did say earlier it was getting chippy, and it has the last maybe 5 minutes or so. They've really kind of been going at it.
Looks like Harlan might have gotten a red card. Osmond appears to be taking his gear off, so Harlan's going to have to do some switching around, moving some people into different positions. Not sure if it was for the first one, looked like a little bump in between them, and then it looks like Osmond might have gotten a little mouthy with the ref and gotten a second yellow for dissent. So we'll see how the Cyclones handle playing a man down the rest of the game. Good ball over the top by the Monarchs. He's going to get there. And Koch with the good clearance. Harlan's definitely going to have to play some defensive soccer. You like to see him maybe drop a couple more back, only have one up top, but they seem content only having 6 defenders back.
I mean, they've been playing defense all game, but like we've been saying, they've been on thin ice back there once Denison gets into that zone.
Yeah, and now that they're playing down a player, you wonder how it's going to work out. Steven Leinen trying to take it long down the wing, and the Monarchs are going to see it out.
So we got some subs in for Harlan.
Yeah, we'll have Carney, Fink, and Anderson coming on. Get the strike forwards and midfield a little break. Harlan's definitely going to have to try and control the ball a lot more this half now. As, again, they're playing down a player. Good long throw in, but cleared out by the Monarchs. And this is where it's going to spell trouble for Harlan, is on the counterattack. That's a good step from Noah Schmitz. You like to see that. And Anderson's going to settle the ball nicely. He tries to play it long. They're going to get away with a handball, it looks like.
Just a little back and forth right now.
Yeah, again, this is the trouble when you get just 2 refs to a game. They are sure letting them play. That is no joke there. Anderson can't quite see it. The pressure, no one's communicating to him that someone's coming. Denison's got the ball back.
Denison's very aggressive right now, and seems like the refs turned a blind eye to that. And we got a Denison player down now.
Yeah, Denison player down, and it is getting very chippy there. It looks like there's going to be another yellow card on a Denison player for a pretty egregious foul on Shelton.
As we have Richard Gonzalez for Denison down. Looked like he hurt his knee or cramping on that one.
Could be just cramping, it looks like. Old Dr. Kittner down there to stretch the lower leg, it looks like. They'll get a sub on for him. You'd like to see the ref get a little bit more control of this game, as it's starting to get pretty chippy. Long ball in. They're going to blow it back, as the ref had not indicated we were ready for play yet. And keeper sending the ball back. Let's see if Elmer can get a little bit better ball in this time. I'd like to see it more driven. Much better from Argueta that time. And it's going to be out. Should be a Cyclone throw. About 20 minutes left in the half.
Still zeros on the board.
Still zeros on the board. Harlan playing down a man for a red card. And Kearney and Fink trying to work together there, but Denison reads it. Shelton takes it back, though. He plays wide to Schwery, and he's going to miss the ball. Oh, got pulled down. Harlan getting a few foul calls now.
About time.
I think the frustration setting in for the Monarchs is they haven't really been able to convert on their opportunities, and Harlan is still fighting. Ball away by the Monarchs and Koch onto it. It's a good job by Koch fighting for it. You like to see him try and find a pass, but I think he was still trying to get control of the ball. Schwery over to see it out.
Koch has been kind of the do-it-all man here.
Yeah, he's definitely a worker. Harlan wins the ball, trying to find Kearney wide. And the Monarchs going over the top. Koch looking to be a little tired, but
it's to be expected.
Still getting his recovery in.
Oh, no.
And that's not good. And a save
Nice
from McDowell.
save.
What a save. The Monarchs with a great touch around the defender, but McDowell right there to make the save and push it out for a Monarch corner.
McDowell's been money tonight on the saves, and like you said, absolutely needs to be being down a man now.
Yeah, again, that's one that's got to frustrate the Monarchs completely, as that's a one-on-one with the keeper that has to be finished, especially at this level of soccer.
And it looked like he had him beat from the get-go, but just an absolute good save.
It's a great reaction from McDowell for the save. It's Fink putting some pressure on there. Anderson tries to bring it down, a little hard touch there.
Got a little acting class here.
It was great acting, but he did get clipped a little bit. Monarchs on the free kick. Harlan needs to turn around, find a man. Long kick from the Monarchs.
Oh, just behind him.
And Shelton there to read it pretty well, and not quite the distance on the clear, but at least gets it out of danger for now. He's going to win it now, and we'll see it up the field, out for a throw. Smart play from Shelton there, as
doesn't give him a corner
kick and sees it out up the field a little more. Going to give him a quick breather. Harlan's probably going to be rotating pretty quick right now. Playing down a man tires you out a little more as you got to work quite a bit harder. Good runs from the Monarchs, and that's going to be out for a corner to the Monarchs.
Definitely don't want to see that.
Yeah, not ideal for the Cyclones to be giving up corners, especially it looks like number 4 has served his time suspension. Not good. Oof. That'll be out for a Harlan throw. That's something you don't mind seeing as a Cyclone. The Monarchs kicking it away and wasting some of their own time. Probably see a long throw down the line from the Cyclones here.
So we're just over about 16 minutes left to go in the half. Still just a stalemate, 0-0. Got a lot more shots on goal from both teams this time
Anderson
around.
with the steal, and they're going to call a foul for a push. From my angle, it looked shoulder to shoulder, but he might have extended the arm. I couldn't really see from up here. Again, it's one the refs probably need to call just to keep the game under control and try and keep the chippiness down. That's a good ball in from the Monarchs. He heads it back across,
man.
but just past his teammate. You're going to see it up the line and out by the Cyclones.
As they had McDowell beat on that one, as he just kind of seemed overwhelmed. You had 3 Monarchs down there.
Yeah, that was a great directed header back across by the Monarch center back. It looks like that's who they've been looking for all game. Just couldn't get it to his teammate. I'd like to see Kearney get it up the field here. And we're going to get the ball, and looks like Aiden Ransom's going to win it and try and outrun. Be out for a Cyclone throw. We'll get a quick change for the Cyclones. Mason Anderson will take a break and Seth Anderson will come in. Good control by the Cyclones through the middle. That's a good touch to the center. He tries to get around it on a shot. Just not enough on it. Definitely the right idea there. Just got to get a little more on the shot. And Denison going with the ball on the ground. Cleared away by Noah Schmitz and back to the Monarchs defense. Steven Leinen trying to dribble upfield, just can't quite keep the ball. It's a good ball across the middle by the Monarchs. Not the best touch, and Ransom's onto it, but Monarchs defense recovers nicely. Ian Kearney onto it. He's got a couple runners. I'd like to see him have his head up and maybe some talk from the strikers. He'll get a little break as he's been working pretty hard. Again, you like to see a little bit more communication from the Cyclones. That seems to be where Denison's doing a little bit better job. Good throw in. We're going to go right back to him, and it's going to be out. Looks like it's going to be a Monarch throw.
I didn't see that one.
That was that could have gone either way. I don't think either ref really had a good sight line of it, so be out for a Cyclone throw now. 13 minutes left in the second half.
Still 0-0. Like we said earlier, definitely like a playoff-esque type of game, and you're getting that kind of play. Definitely a defensive type of game.
And looks like Leinen gets him with the little step and just can't react quick enough to it. Out for a Cyclone throw, long down the line. And the Monarchs bring it down, get a good touch off of it.
Nice little slide tackle there.
Going to play advantage. So that definitely was a foul. Good read by the Cyclone defense. Almost took an unfortunate deflection. And Denison still just weaving through the Harlan defense. It's a good ball in. Good shot, but McDowell there for the save again. McDowell with the punt, and Cyclones are going to control it off the mistouch by the Monarchs. Going to play Fink, who's still onto it. He's got a Ransom in the middle.
I just don't think he could have controlled that one very well.
Yeah, just was running a little fast for him. And it's going to be out for a Monarch throw, I guess. He must have gotten a little touch there on it at the end. Fink there. Saves it. It's a good turn by him. Plays it into the middle. It's going to be out for a Cyclone throw. Approaching 11 minutes left in the half. Fink asking for some people to maybe come a little closer. We're going to have Steven Leinen come over to take the throw. Maybe has a little bit longer throw, can get it into the box, maybe create some danger. Definitely can throw it a lot farther, but seen out by the Monarchs pretty easily. Harlan's got to track back though. Good step by Noah Schmitz. And Denison just has to settle on it in the middle of the field. Harlan going to win the ball, though. And we're going with an outside of the foot pass for some reason, and it's turned over, and the Monarchs are back on the attack. Reese Koch tracks back, though, and gets a good clear. Let the Cyclone defense reset on the throw.
As we've seen Harlan a little bit more aggressive this half, but it just doesn't seem like it's still in their favor at all.
Koch with the clear, and it's going to be off the Monarchs for a goal kick. Good play by Koch. Yeah, Cyclones have definitely been more aggressive. Right now, you're obviously not going to tell because, again, they're playing down a man after 2 yellow cards to Osman. Definitely been more aggressive the second half. It's just Denison has stayed on the gas and been still doing a good job controlling the ball in the midfield. It's a good kick from McDowell. Ransom tracking it down, out for a Cyclone throw. And long into the middle. Over the top. Fink's going to try and run onto it.
He's kind of got him there.
He's onto it. No foul there as it's pretty straight up play.
So they're going to call that one, though.
Now they're going to bring it back for, looks like a penalty kick for the Harlan Cyclones.
Ooh, game changer here.
This could be huge for the Cyclones as they have not, I mean, they've created more opportunities this half, but they've been kind of struck dead right now.
Especially under 9 minutes to go here in the second half. 0-0s. And they get a chance for a penalty kick here. This definitely could be the dagger.
Looks like Mason Anderson's going to step up to take it. Like to see him put it into one of the bottom corners, make the goalie dive. As long as he gets it to his side, that's what you're looking for.
Denison's goalie's 91.4 saves % on the year.
And Anderson hits it a little high and off the crossbar.
Oh, no.
He's going to want that one back for sure.
He had him beat, too. He had it.
Again, that's one you like to see your players stay over the ball and keep it low. Not sure if he just teed it up a little bit and got under it or leaned back, but no goal for the Cyclones, and that's big.
Definitely a big moment, and he put the big foot on it.
He's back on the ball in the midfield. He's doing a good job keeping control. This is where you like to see the Cyclones not lose their steam and stay with it. That's a tough one to come back from.
Especially down a man, like you keep saying. It's just that was their chance to really
just kind of steal a goal in this game.
Yeah.
It's all right. Foul on Cyclones. Monarchs are going to play quick. It's a good shot and out by Koch. That's a good cover by Koch. Harlan's players reacting a little too much to the foul call and almost got beat by a quick play.
As they still go quick on that one. And
they are doing a good job of putting it on number 4's head on those corners.
Yeah, you've been watching that matchup all game. It seems like that's who they're targeting in every corner kick.
He's definitely got the height on the Cyclones, but can't direct that one as well as he should have. McDowell with the kick, a good kick from McDowell.
Hold the phone, he's got a cannon.
And the Monarchs are going to head it out. Cyclones trying to go quick on the throw. I'd like to see a little bit more composure from the Cyclones. He does a good job there. And we're going to go over the top to Carney. Carney's onto it. Trying to cut back onto his left, but it's out for a Cyclone throw. Elmer with the shot. No deflection, just out for a Monarch goal kick.
A little over 6:30 left in this half. And Harlan's had two kind of big opportunities. One penalty kick didn't go their way, or else this game could be looking a lot different.
Yeah, and Denison just slicing through the Harlan defense. McDowell out onto it, though. Good reactions by McDowell, as that one could have been trouble if he would have hesitated there. And it's a good idea to punt the ball, but you got to get it to one of our players, and Shelton's onto it now. Good turn on the defender. Ball's still in. And he plays it into Carney. Carney going for the shot. Just Denison's defense getting there in the nick of time.
It just seemed like that ball just didn't settle on his foot right when he got the pass.
Yeah, he had to get one touch to get it under control. I don't think he was quite expecting it to get all the way through. And Elmer trying a left-footed shot from deep. Harlan's going to have to get back quick. Good through ball, but Noah Schmitz is there to see it out. Be a Monarch corner as they send their players back up, and number 4 back to the backside.
He's already calling for it.
And we're going long in, and bounces all the way through. That's got to be scary at this moment of the game for the Cyclones.
Just slicing through it again, and oh no.
Not a good stab by Elmer there, and we're going to give Denison a free kick right at the top of the box. This could be trouble.
There was no disguising that one.
Yeah, just lunging in there, and Denison pretty good at embellishing the contact. Not to say there wasn't contact, but definitely sold it to make sure the foul's called. Going to walk the wall back. A little over 4 minutes left in the half. We'll see what they do on this one. Looks like 13's going to take it this time. And just wide. Whew.
From up here, man, it didn't seem like McDowell was going to get to there.
Yeah, it looked like maybe the wall was determined to keep their feet planted, as the last one got caught with a little fake run before the kick and got caught jumping. So nobody jumped there. McDowell with the kick, a little shorter than you like to see, but and Koch there on the defense. He's got a player. He's just going to send it up long. Let the Cyclone defense regroup. Fink reads it nicely. We'll see if he can get off. And nope, that's a good steal by the Denison defender. And it's going to be long.
Going to let him play on that one.
Yeah. And there's going to be a foul there on the Monarch forward on the Cyclone defender. Looked like maybe got clipped after he won the ball. As a coach, that's something you don't like to see, is your players getting up shouting for the call. That's how you wind up with a yellow card, as Osmond found out earlier in the game for his second. Elmer, good help there, and we're going to get it up to Fink.
As we're getting down to it, just over two minutes left here in the game. Still 0-0, so.
It is, but the Monarchs are definitely amping up the pressure.
Yep.
That's a good ball through.
This could spell trouble.
That's good defense. And Koch with the good poke away, but the Monarchs have it. That's a good driven ball backside, but too high for the defender, or the attacker.
Denison's looking for anything right now. Foul, anything. But
yeah, they want to try and steal one. 2 minutes left. Obviously, they're frustrated because they've been attacking quite a bit and just haven't been able to put one home.
So you really look at the possession of the game, the shots on goal. It's been Denison's game basically, and Harlan's defense has kept them 0-0.
Yeah, Denison has definitely controlled the game. You are not wrong there. Harlan having Linen take the kick. You don't know if McDowell's maybe got something wrong with his leg. He sure has been doing a lot of goal kicks lately. Koch battling for the ball, and
it is getting chippy down there.
Carney's going to put some pressure on, and Denison sees it out for a Harlan throw.
Just over a minute. We're going to see some aggressive play by both teams here.
It's a good job by Anderson turning the defender. Denison sees it out. A minute left in the half, and Harlan on the attack. Hopefully they can steal one here.
If they want to redo that penalty kick, this is definitely the time to do that.
And
for sure.
They're going to throw it away, but Elmer's getting there and wins the ball back out wide to Carney. Good switch by Carney over to Linen. See if he can play it back across. He cannot.
And he whiffs and is down.
30 seconds left. Denison going quick. Keeper's keeping his head on a swivel, getting it out quick. They're going long down the line. Koch there, doesn't quite clear it. Out by Schwery. 10 seconds left. And Harlan's just going to switch the field and hopefully see this one out.
2, 1.
That's a good job by the Cyclones of seeing it out there. And we'll be going into some free soccer, some extra time.
Well, 2 halves, Shane, and you still kind of just have to give it to Denison. More of like ball control, shots on goal, but Harlan definitely showed a little bit of spark this time.
Yeah, so we'll see how it plays out in extra time, and we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Local Cyclone coverage on HLTV Channel 15 is brought to you by Shelby County Farmers Mutual and Century Farm Insurance. Hanson House Senior Living. Experience life, experience Hanson House.
Dr. J's Family Eye Care, longtime supporter of Cyclone Sports in Harlan.
Cyclone Lanes, great family entertainment including bowling, sandwiches, and homemade buttercrust pizzas.
United Bank of Iowa. The difference is here. Member FDIC.
Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex. Live well.
Welcome back as we're into free soccer. Harlan's still playing down a man. We're in extra time. This is first team to score wins. I believe we'll go 2 10-minute periods, but if someone scores, it's over. If no one scores, we get to watch penalty kicks.
And as a soccer fan, you're just kind of hoping for PK.
As a Cyclone soccer fan, you definitely are wanting it to go to penalties, as you know it's going to be a little harder for you playing down a man, and that is not what you like to see there from McDowell. That's one you maybe like to see him shield and see
or just,
out.
You know, kind of let out, yeah.
Yeah, just shield it out. Make sure a Monarch can't get to it.
Because they've been living dangerously here on these corner kicks.
Yeah. It's a good ball to the backside, but Shelton's there, and finally a Cyclone soccer player gets ahead to a corner. And he's going to play it off the Monarchs for a Cyclone throw.
Took extra innings for that.
Yeah. Finally didn't duck out of the way. Yeah, but the Monarchs get the ball back.
Just so easy for them to settle in, it just seems like.
Yeah, they have a much better touch on the ball than the Cyclones. And it doesn't hurt that they have an extra player. And the Monarchs just weaving and a good switch across the field. They're going to try and maybe play a ball in. And that's a bad read from the Cyclone defense. And gets a good block on the shot there. Trickles back.
Denison wanted a foul in there.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see much, and now we're going to have a Monarch down. Fink onto the ball. Denison gives it away, and Fink's going to try and beat him with some speed. He's trying to get the corner.
Yeah, swing and a miss.
Looks like some tangled legs there. Not sure if Fink tried a move and maybe legs got tangled. Definitely no foul there.
It's now
Monarch's
two
still
Monarchs
down.
as we still have one on the other end.
Yeah, that could spell trouble, especially since that's their height at the back. He's shown some height and speed, and then they've got their forward down. So right now they've got Jesse Velasquez down at the back and Carlos Zamago down up front.
And he seems to be in a lot of pain, as they are.
Yeah, not sure if he's cramping or if
I think it's
it
a
looks to
rolled
be a
ankle.
nick from when he was in that challenge with the Cyclone defender.
As Jesse's up walking. That's not good news.
Hopefully everybody's okay. Jesse seems to be walking it off. Hopefully Zamago's okay. I'll have Dr. Kittner check them both out. And we're back playing as the keeper for Denison with another long kick. And Denison trying to go over the top. You like to see a little more composure from the Cyclone midfielder there.
Harlan's playing in the air right now.
And we're just swinging at the ball, trying to kick it and hope we get a foot on it. Long ball over the top, gathered by McDowell easily.
You kind of saw that they were beat on that one. And again, with his over the arm toss there, has not found the mark with that pass all game.
And not a good touch from the Denison defender. Shelton there, good tracking, just a little tough of a touch. And we're going to play long, but Denison's keeper out on his line and gets it pretty easily. And we're going with a long punt. No one seems to be able to bring it down right now. The Monarchs do. And it's going to be out for a Cyclone throw. Not the best positioning by Scheckinger, but caught a break as was behind the Denison attacker. And Harlan's going to get Shelton and Fink a quick breather. Long throw by the Cyclones. Keaton Hylison doing a good job fighting for the ball there. Carney tracking back into the middle. Tries to find Anderson, who stays with it. Ref's letting him play right now. Carney maybe needs to get a little better communication with his teammates. Not sure if anybody was talking to him, telling him they were there. Monarchs working the ball in and out, but it's going to be out for a Cyclone goal kick.
So the first 10-minute extra here, we're down to 4.
Yeah, just a little over halfway through, and
still 0-0.
0-0. Not a whole lot of action right now. Short kick by McDowell. They might want to think about having someone else take it. Not sure if there's some pain for him when he's kicking. Just doesn't seem to be getting the foot on it that he was earlier.
He's going to try it again, though.
The punt's a little easier. It just looks like off the ground he's having a little bit of trouble. Hylison reads the bounce nicely. Just can't quite get there. Denison keeps it in. This is where the Cyclones are losing their shape a little bit. Schmitz clears the ball out wide for a Monarch throw. Good recovery by Schmitz there. And Monarchs throw it in and play it right back to the thrower. And he's going to cut. And we're going to foul him. That definitely looked like a dive, and
this could be trouble.
I mean, that's one you just unlucky right there. You have a Denison free kick. Hopefully this is one the Cyclones can stay on and keep out of the goal. McDowell getting his wall in position.
Looks like we got some rain now too, so this is
could spell some trouble if it hits McDowell's hands, as we saw him drop one earlier. We're going to have a long shot over the goal and off the field goal post.
Because he was going upper 90 there, Shane.
It did look like he was trying to go backside upper 9, but just couldn't quite get enough depth and curve on the ball.
I'm not sure when it started raining, Shane, but it's coming down pretty good now.
It's coming down pretty good. McDowell with a much better kick there. Controlled nicely by the Monarchs, but won back by the Cyclones. Fink's probably going to try and beat him with some speed. Wins it for a Cyclone throw. And we're going to try and throw it long. Doesn't quite have the muscle for it. But another Cyclone throw. That's a much better throw down the line, but going to be too quick.
Too far.
Too much drive on the ball there. Shelton needs to get back into play. It was the right idea, just a little too much muscle there. Also, with the rain coming down, the ball's going to skip off the surface and travel a little faster. Good win by Koch up to Seth Anderson. He tries to find Mason, but can't quite get there. As Denison's back on the ball in the midfield, and Scheckinger with a good win there. Touched out wide by Fink. Denison sees it up the line. And they get a ball down the line. Denison doing a good job controlling the ball. That's a good split pass. And a turn, a shot, but it's wide of the net. Looked like McDowell had that one covered had it been on goal, but always nervous in these moments with about a minute and a half left in the first period of extra time.
So the big factor in regular time, Shane, was nobody could score. Now it's big factor is nobody can score and it's raining.
Yeah, the rain definitely changes things. That's a good one too by the Cyclones, and we're going to go long to Shelton down the line. The keeper's coming out for it, and it'll be out for a Monarch throw.
Yeah, he ran with the ball there.
Yeah, just seeing it out, but that's one I'm not sure you like your keeper running out for, just in case the Cyclones were to get onto it.
Yeah, it could have been a nice over the top there, and they could have been in trouble.
Yeah, got about 45 seconds left in this period. Cyclones with the throw. Maybe like to see the Cyclones take a little bit of time. That's a good poke through Shelton onto it, but the Monarchs read it. Shelton, the cross-country runner here, is giving good chase. Long ball by the Monarchs, and Noah Schmidt's going to see it out. Down to 15 seconds left. Ball boys trying to get the ball to the Monarchs. They're trying to play a little quick. The throw back may not be the best idea as he can't get a good touch on it.
3, 2.
And we'll go to a little break.
0-0 here, still.
0-0 at the half. Love to thank some sponsors again, as we have United Bank of Iowa, Cyclone Lanes, KNOD Radio, Keist Auto Center, Dr. J's Family Eye Care, Paulie Jones Funeral Home, Conductix Swampfler, Shelby County State Bank, Hanson House Senior Living, Shelby County Farmers Mutual and Century Farm Insurance, and also the Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex.
Good for you. Just went ahead and took all that.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
At United Bank of Iowa, the difference is here. Conveniently located at the corner of Highway 59 and Pine Street in Harlan, you'll always find a smiling face to greet you and help you with all your banking needs. We offer competitive rates on deposits and loans, and the latest in technology with our online and mobile products. Come and find out for yourself why the difference is here at United Bank of Iowa. Member FDIC.
Well, Shane, predictions here for the next 10-minute extra here.
You know, it's we're gonna have some tired legs from the Cyclones, that's for sure. As them playing a man down's not doing them any favors right now. Got to see them possessing the ball, but this is one I think they're gonna have to just withstand a few Monarch attacks and hope that they can get a counter.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like the rain is letting up a little bit. Almost gone now. It's not as coming down as hard as it was. So it's almost kind of like Harlan kind of just needs to hang on here and hope maybe they can out penalty kick him if it goes to that. But, you know, Denison's definitely going to be down there.
It's definitely gonna be a hard battle, that's for sure. McDowell's gonna have to be on his game. He's been doing really well. Yeah, Cyclones need to hope for penalties because that's gonna be more 50-50 than anything. It's really just a guessing game when you're back there.
Right, and I mean, we really haven't seen Denison's goalkeeper so far dive too much. Like I said, he came in with a 91.4 save percentage, but haven't really been able to get a clean shot on him to see.
Yeah, really only had a couple clean opportunities for the Cyclones, and they haven't really been that forceful of a shot. The Monarchs definitely getting the better of the opportunities. Well, the Cyclones will start with possession of the ball, and we'll see how long they can keep it. Denison really going to want to take advantage right now with having an extra man out there. They can press a little more. It's not going to be good for them if it goes to penalties because it very much brings Harlan back into the game.
Right. And it kind of just seems like Harlan needs to settle down a little bit. It seems like once they get the ball, they're ready to push it a little bit more aggressive than Denison.
Anderson tries to switch the field. Fink giving good chase, and he's going to get there, but the Monarchs steal it away from him and get it up. The old spin cycle there. Monarchs switch the field. And they've got a man wide, and Schwery giving chase. That's a good ball back across the middle. And no Monarch home. Cyclones get it out, and Scheckinger makes a smart play at staying it in. Koch gets up. And Harlan doing a good job of seeing the ball away, and it's going to be out for a Monarch throw. You got to see quick markups here, as the Monarchs will want to go quick.
And they got the extra person to do it, so this is definitely not what Harlan wants right now.
Yeah, not really liking the outside of the foot passes from the Cyclones. They just don't quite get the connection on it.
It just seems like it's not as controlled as a regular pass.
Yeah. Again, Harlan a lot of times just seems to be kicking and swinging at the ball, while Denison has some purpose behind where they're playing it. Shelton with a good step almost gets a steal there.
It almost seems like every single player so far from Denison has touched it on this possession.
Yeah, definitely, again, as they have been all game, doing a good job of keeping possession of the ball. They're going to try play wide, but too far and out for a Cyclone throw. We got about 8 minutes left in this period of extra time. Again, if first goal or if nobody scores, we're going to penalties, folks.
I'm shooting for penalties, man. I like to see it.
I love a good penalty shootout. And I'm sure Mason Anderson wants a little chance at redemption there. Denison just doing well, controlling the ball. That's a good shot, but over the goal. That's what you worry about. Like you've pointed out, their JV was doing a good job shooting from deep, and that's a fear from Harlan, not getting step onto the ball and long shots.
And that's probably their second long shot we've seen in the varsity game anyways. They really haven't been taking those long chances. this
Yeah.
game.
Not a long kick from McDowell there, but probably the best he could have hoped for because it's out for a throw. And Shelton with the steal. He's got Fink going through.
Fink's got him beat there.
Fink's off to the races, and the left-footed shot just wide.
Had no power behind that one, as it seemed like he was just trying to get it before he got caught.
Yeah, with him running as fast as he is, if he'd have taken another touch, I think the keeper would have been out and onto it. So he went with the left foot, which I'm pretty sure is his weak foot, and we got just a trickler. Beat the keeper just a little wide of the post. It's a good try by Fink. And line in there to see the ball out.
As we got the rain back.
Well, rain is back, and also back is Zamago for the Monarchs. It's good to see him up, moving around, and he's going to get back into the game. Try and be a difference maker for the Monarchs. Ball's played. We're going to go long over the top. Fink brings it down, but the defense for the Monarchs there to win it away. And looks like Gonzalez directing some traffic there, trying to get some people to run.
Harlan not really pursuing the ball very much.
Yeah, they're definitely just delaying the attack, hoping to get numbers behind the ball. And he goes down pretty easy there, but Harlan again reacting and not worrying about hearing the whistle. That's something they're going to have to work on and not worry about what's going on with the players and staying engaged in what's going on the field. As Zamago's going to come back on, and he looks like he's moving pretty well. Long throw from the Monarchs, and it's going to be cleared by Schmitz. You got to see a Cyclone step out, and they do, but we're going to clip a leg, and it's going to be a foul. Hopefully he's okay, as lining out in pursuit, and he's going to get a yellow card. I'm not sure the rules as it pertains to the penalties, but Linen will at least be done for the rest of the period. It was a good step to the ball, just got his leg a little far out there. Looks like Abner Velasco is the one that's down, and
he's still down too. So,
I mean, it was a pretty good knock. So hopefully he's okay. As Dr. Kittner is out there checking on him.
So we got 4:40 left to go here in the last extra half before penalties.
Local Cyclone coverage on HLTV Channel 15 is brought to you by Keist Auto Center in Harlan, Iowa.
Paulie Jones Funeral Home, longtime supporter of Harlan Community Athletics and events.
Family Service Community, SCSB.
Conducting Swampler is a proud supporter of the Harlan community, education, and student activities. We move your business forward.
We're your station for Western Iowa sports. Google 105.3 FM, Tano D in Harlan, Iowa.
They're getting him up.
Yeah, he's up, but he's going to need some help off the field, it looks like. They're going to take him the long way around to get him checked out. Again, we hope everybody's all right. Don't want anybody to be seriously injured. Both teams getting a couple subs on right here. Chris Lara coming on for the Monarchs, and we've got Ian Carney coming back on for the Cyclones.
This could be a game right here if they get through.
And they're going to try the run over. A good block by the wall for the Cyclones. Still have some work to do to get the ball out. That's a good touch, and Carney's onto it, and he's going to get it out for a throw. Well done by the Cyclones there. Monarchs still going quick. That's a good backside ball. And Harlan's still there to defend it.
Nice.
That's a good little leave by Elmer, but Cyclones can't keep possession, and the Monarchs are back on the attack. A good shot by Gonzalez, but way too high.
Right.
And it'll be a goal kick for McDowell. Again, I'd like to maybe see somebody else step back and take it, as he hasn't been showing as much power later in the game. But I'm wrong, so there's that.
He was just sandbagging.
Fink putting some pressure on, but it's out for a Monarch throw. And Carney gets ahead on it and wins it. And wins it again. He gets it down the line to Fink. And it's going to be out for a Monarch throw, apparently.
Okay.
Ref obviously had a little bit better view on it than we did, so Anderson giving good chase there. That's a good cut by the Monarch player.
Just over 3 minutes left.
A long shot deflection, but McDowell with a good reaction on the deflection. 3 minutes left. That's a big save for McDowell, as sometimes that deflection can wrong foot you. Try and play the ball up to Fink, who gets a decent touch on it and tries to get it too quick over to Shelton, who was not running anyways. Cyclones showing a little bit of tired legs out there, and this is where it's going to get hard. It's where they're going to have to dig deep. And he's onto his left foot. That's a good shot and a goal.
Goal by Denison.
Gonzalez with the good cut onto his left and puts it by McDowell. That's an unfortunate event for the Cyclones, as they played so good the entire extra time, and you like to see McDowell shake that one off.
Just 2:33 left in the game, and what a game.
Well, let's hope the Cyclones keep their heads high, as that was a tough game. Both teams played well, and Cyclones held in there with a man down. But
especially when Harlan's got to turn around and play tomorrow night.
Yep, they'll play Underwood tomorrow night. Denison will be off until Storm Lake on the 28th.
Unfortunately, Denison won, Harlan nothing.
Thanks for listening, folks, and we'll catch you next time.